Hello
everyone. Welcome back to another vlog, or as I like to call it, a sit down.
I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder, love a little louder.
Jess asked, or did a poll or a questionnaire, I don't know what you call it.
A question box.
Question box on Instagram, asking you guys what you want to know from us regarding the whole lockdown, maybe about the virus or anything, you know.
You might be curious about, because
Yeah.
as much as we want to vlog every single day, it's getting quite repetitive.
I've seen myself make coffee probably
Cooking
20 times
and cleaning.
while editing vlogs, so we thought we'd throw this in there just to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, so we're gonna do sit down videos like this every
Now and again.
here and there. And I thought I would go to the first one. What is keeping you and Bren positive through the whole situation? Love you guys. Love you too.
For me, it's a variety of things. I think obviously having Jess here with me is a big positive.
So am I not getting on your nerves?
Well, we do have like 10 minutes of cabin fever every now and again, but it's not like a major fallout, whatever. It's just we'll go and I'll go play 5 minutes of FIFA, or she'll.
I think
do cooking or
that's how we
whatever.
are staying positive. We're not getting on each other's
We're
nerves.
not really getting on each other's nerves. And another big thing for me is obviously our faith, and then just
Bible study tonight.
just staying busy and communicating with friends and family via Zoom, WhatsApp, video call, whatever.
He had cabin fever. Not cabin fever, what do you call it?
Like our FOMO, little
Yeah, he had to WhatsApp call all of his friends.
just
and
check in. I think it really got to me. It was day 4 yesterday.
Day 5.
Day 5, and I mean it's like after a long weekend would be over and you would be away or whatever. So it really got to me.
How do you stop overthinking during this time? And I'm gonna combine this with my answer for keeping positive, and for me to not overthink things or like get too much into detail on certain things that happen or whatever the case may be, is just to keep busy. I think that's just my coping mechanism. And some of you commented or like DM'd me saying that I'm gonna burn out soon and I need to take a break and blah blah blah, and I agree. I will take a break when I need one, but I just feel like that's my coping mechanism, and whenever I go through something or when something's happening, I just go, I don't stop. And then our brand's still working with you guys during the lockdown.
Well, I think some brands are still going ahead, but they've changed their scope a lot in being sensitive towards the situation that's going on. But there are quite a few brands that said, no, let's not cancel it, let's just push it out until everything's settled down, and which is understandable. But yeah, it obviously does affect us, that like it affects everyone out there, and we just hope that we'll get
beyond this
and
Get back up.
see the light on the other side.
Yeah, today was probably one of the first days that after watching the news this morning, and that's also one of the things that I feel that you should do to just keep positive and just to keep yourself from going into a rut, is do not watch the news every day. Because this morning I literally started my day with the news and I was down the whole day, because they were talking about the economy, and they were talking about, you know, life as we know it will never be the same again, and that's the reality, but you don't want to hear that. And like Bren said, with our faith and with a little bit of extra hard work, I feel like we can all bounce back. If you lost your job because of this pandemic, our hearts go out to you, and we are praying that you might find a better job at the end of the day, or maybe you create your own opportunities at home, because it can happen, and you can create something brand new for yourselves.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. mention the word COVID-19 or coronavirus, will it be demonetized? That happened to us, yes. I used the word coronavirus in one of my videos and it got demonetization. So what you do is you just flag the video. So what they do is they flag your video, then they demonetize it. Then you have the opportunity to send it in for review, for human review. So what YouTube does is they use like
it's bots,
automated bots to flag things. So they'll catch, maybe if you were in the car and you were talking and the radio was playing in the back, a copyrighted song, it'll pick it up immediately after, I think, like 4 seconds. We've kind of like dodged. We know to use like certain amount of seconds, and what we do is we'll upload a video and then you'll get a copyright strike straight away if it's copyright. But in terms of like the COVID-19 or coronavirus, we got demonetized. Well, your channel doesn't get demonetized, a video gets demonetized, and it doesn't affect your channel at all. You just can't put any ads on that video, and that's just to protect YouTube and you know, their principles, I guess, I don't know. And then what you do is you just send it in for manual review, and they approved it, because what I did is I just changed the title a little bit and just said virus instead of coronavirus.
And look, and we're not trying to make money off this whole pandemic. I think what we're trying to do is just open up our audience to what we're going through and want to interact with you guys through the channel to hear what you guys are going through. So it's not like, I think some people out there are trying to take advantage of this and trying to, you know, get more exposure because of it, and we
just want to be relevant to what's happening in the world right now. So then we'll use words like at home or self-quarantine or isolation, or we won't use the word corona or COVID-19 because we just feel like it's misuse of what's happening in the world. And I don't know, we haven't had a copyright strike, a demonetization happening after that. So I think we've learned from
we don't rank for the wrong reasons.
Do you guys miss going to the gym? I don't.
I must say I do a bit, because we just got to that point where we actually started progressing like in the gym, and then we had the one Cape Town trip and the trip to 𝘸𝘪𝘴.
We were quite active.
And I just think this hit us at the wrong time as we were building that routine.
I agree, but I just feel like this is a good little time out for me.
Yeah, well,
just taking a break.
Yes, I think it's going to be difficult to get back to that routine. That's why I feel bad for not going to the gym.
But we don't miss it. We are slowly but surely thinking, oh shit, we're losing all of the progress we made, but we don't regret or like miss it.
I actually want to show you guys a video the brother-in-law sent me. Maybe we'll include it, maybe not, we'll see. He built like a home gym out of like crates and carabiners and everything, so he's sorted. He doesn't.
Did he?
Yeah.
He didn't show me.
He doesn't need to go to the gym.
Do you think it'll continue past the 21 days? I hope not, but I think it will.
Yeah, guys, let's be honest. Currently, with the amount of people not adhering to the regulations and the rules that were put in place, I think they might be forced to extend it. We hope not. It hasn't been announced or confirmed or anything yet. Let's pray that it doesn't, but at this stage we don't know, and we feel it's leaning towards being extended.
Are you bored yet? Bored in a house and I'm in a house bored. Bored in a house and I'm in a house bored.
You know, the funny thing is, I think both of us still have quite a bit to do, so we don't need to be bored.
No,
but
we have no reason to be.
We have no reason to be bored, but because you feel like you're repeating your activities, you do get a bit bored.
I just feel like we used to creating a scenery for ourselves and like going somewhere, and maybe for the day if we're vlogging, we'll go grocery shopping, or we'll go to the gym, and just doing something different. But since we are forced to stay at home, first we'll find stuff to do, and second we have a lot to do. There's a lot of things that we've been putting off. I washed my makeup brushes yesterday, which I said I was going to do for weeks and months, and I finally did that. We've been slowly but surely like organizing bits of the apartment, and it's just all coming together. I feel like God literally gave us time, because we all used to always say, oh, I don't have time.
Yeah, but the thing is, even if you run out of things to do in the house,
you can
you can always learn a new skill and advance yourself. So there's always something to do.
Do you feel more pressure to create content right now?
The only reason I feel more pressure is because this one told everyone we're gonna post every day for the next 21 days.
Hey, we discussed it prior.
But no, we don't feel a lot of pressure.
No. What do you mean? We talked about it before.
We did talk about it. I'm just throwing it out there.
He's just trying to throw me under the bus.
We did discuss it beforehand, and we put ourselves in the situation to create content for the next 21 days. So that's the only thing that's putting pressure on us.
But I feel like the fact that we are maybe 3 or 4 days ahead allows us to not feel the pressure, because it's not like we have to edit this video now and it needs to go up now.
Yeah,
do you
that's
understand?
also true. But yeah, it does put it does put a bit of a thought in the back of your head.
I don't feel pressure. I just feel like it's an opportunity, because a lot of people are at home, they're on their phones. I think an article that I read was people are on their phones 40% more.
No, it's people on their
40%
phones
more.
a lot in any case. In the first
That
one.
is crazy. So it's your opportunity. If you've ever wanted to start a YouTube channel, now is your time. You've got, like, if you are a student, I don't know what, the students are probably still learning online and all of that, but you have some spare time. If you have been thinking of starting a YouTube channel, it's in the back of your mind, but maybe you just haven't had the time, or you want to start a side hustle and it's not YouTube but it's something else, now is the time. And I feel like, especially if it's online, since people are on social media more and on their phones more now, it's an opportunity. So yeah, we don't really feel pressure. We just, I don't know, I feel like my mind is going 100 miles an hour. Are you okay?
Just a bit gassy.
What did you drink?
Don't know.
Does the virus affect you financially? It's affecting everyone. Whether you are still gonna receive your normal salary, it's going to affect everyone, because it's gonna affect the economy. Whether you still receive your salary or not. We are directly affected because we're not getting as many campaigns, but we are creating other opportunities, like posting more frequently on YouTube so that we can increase our AdSense, and by you guys watching our ads you can support our channels and allow us to do this more often. So again, going back on the opportunity thing, one door closes, you can open 5 more. Today is the first time I'm feeling depressed because I can't go out. How do you stay positive? So we already touched on being positive, but I felt like it hit me yesterday because it's been 5 days since I literally have not stepped foot outside the door or like felt fresh breeze of air other than the aircon on my face.
Yeah, I think it's more difficult living in a complex or a place where you don't really have outside space to go and just sit and be outside for a bit.
So we live in an apartment, so we literally just have a little stoopy, and you are not really allowed to go outside, and go for a jog or things like that. Although they said you still can, I just feel like it defeats the purpose of staying at home.
Well, it's I don't know. So one minister said you can, one you can't.
Yeah,
and
it's confusing.
So and our complex also had 2 emails, so we a bit unsure on what the situation is. So we'd rather just try to follow the rules and stay inside.
Do you personally know anyone who is infected? No.
No, not as this moment.
Not as of yet. And we are praying that
doesn't
none of you
happen.
guys or none of your families or our family friends, we are praying for this to be a thing of the past. No? Where's the first place you'll go when the lockdown ends?
Well, I personally
Just
think,
outside.
on a serious note, we'd probably go and see all our family members. Go visit everyone and check in. Maybe have a nice braai with them and just
Yeah, I
catch
think
up.
that's the first place we'll go, to your parents' house and invite. Your dad will probably have like the biggest braai ever. What are you taking for your immune system? We've just been trying to eat a little bit healthier. We haven't taken anything. I personally don't feel sick. Do you feel sick?
We had a bit of like a scratchy
But that went away
throat
after
when we
one
were in
day.
𝘸𝘪𝘥𝘦𝘰. Was it?
But I think that was
was-
from the cold
Yeah,
air and
yeah.
stuff
We
like
went
that.
swimming one night and we think we just like had a bit of a sore throat from that. But other than that, we've been feeling perfectly healthy. So we haven't taken anything really as precautionary measures.
Have you been fighting or loving more? Definitely loving more.
Yes.
I feel like this whole lockdown brought us so much closer together.
No, look, we in any case spend 95% of our times together, of our time. So it
The other
hasn't,
5% is when we're sitting on the toilet.
so it hasn't been that much of a difference. I mean, the biggest difference is probably that we confined in one space the whole time. So it's our interactions are quite normal throughout.
Yeah, I feel like we give each other space, even though we live in a tiny little apartment. I don't feel like it's that tiny, but it
No,
is
it's
tiny.
not tiny.
Yeah, I feel like we give each other space. We give each other a little bit of a break in the sense of yesterday Bren literally just edited and I cooked, I cleaned, and he played Call of Duty, so I gave him a little bit of a break. And then today he did that for me, you know, and it's just having that kind of like give and take where sometimes you feel a little bit overwhelmed and I'll sense that. He doesn't even have to say it. And then I do certain things to take a little bit of pressure off him, and then he'll do the same for me.
It's a good way of saying it.
Oh, thank you. I think we can answer one more. A lot of it has to do with like how have we been managing in terms of like mental health, physical health, financially, and things like that. And I feel like the main thing for me is just to keep busy. And if I feel like I am overwhelmed, I will take a step back. I feel like I know myself well enough to say when I've had enough and when I need a break. Bray knows this very clearly. When we are at a braai and I want to go home and he's like, okay, just one more, and then I'm like, I'm done now, like I'm done, I want to go home, and then he's like, okay. But yeah, just knowing yourself, knowing what makes you anxious. News makes me anxious. I discovered that today, so we will most probably not look at the news unless like really necessary. But just like putting the news on in the back and hearing people talk about things that are happening and reading stuff on Facebook, it makes me so anxious. So just keeping myself busy with creating content and learning new things. I baked a bread today.
And it was good.
Oh my goodness.
It was really nice. Yeah, I think we also, like most of the videos, you can see we leave it in for a little too long, but
What, the bread?
yeah, because the bread, we have had those square chicken toastings.
Yeah.
We had chips that were also
But I like
funny.
the crust, it's quite nice.
Yeah, but it was a very, very good first attempt.
But if you want to see more vlogs with us, please subscribe, comment down below and let us know maybe ideas you want to see, because I feel like we are running out of them. And then hopefully we'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully the lighting wasn't too dark. It's like 5 o'clock, so sun is going
It's quite
down
cloudy.
and it's cloudy and gloomy, and now we're gonna cuddle. Nay.
I've got a video to edit.
Bye guys.